Hey everybody, I'm Magic here, and I'm here today with a scrap DINO DPE SCYTHE dot deck profile. That's right guys, this is an upgraded deck profile from my previous DINO deck list. This deck is amazing. Took it to my locals, went up against some serious matchups being Despia, because they're going to be doing some amazing things right now. Went up against Sword Soul, went up against a mirror match, actually funny enough, but not a scrap DINO version, just more of a DINO going second control variant. But yeah, it was an amazing day. Was able to walk away, get some extra packs at the end of the day. Was a brilliant locals for just one day of testing. And yeah, this is my little kind of like brain baby that I had just past locals. After I played Mystic 9, I was talking away with a guy. Yet again, Frankie, big shout out to you because you've been helping me out so much with decks and videos. Yeah, we were just talking about the scrap idea and what they can end on. And I went, why not go down the DPE SCYTHE? And this is what we have today. You may think the ratios we have is going to be a bit awkward, a bit weird, a bit bad, but I'll explain reasons why. But yeah, before we get into the video guys, make sure you like, subscribe, share and comment down below what you kind of want to see next. But let's get right into the video. Okay, starting things off, we're going to go in with just the big boys. So we've got the two Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, UCT, the big boy, and then one DINO Wrestler Pankratops. You keep the Pankratops in there unless you really know you're going to really struggle with this card when you are going first and you know that it's going to be a difficult one to bring out. But Pankratops, it's just got a funny interaction. If you give them a token with Lost World and then say pop the token and then also pop the Scythe, you then bring out Scythe. The token will be protected by Lost World by sending a Petite Pteranodon, bring out DINO Wrestler Pankratops, and then you kind of just have more interactions on top of what you already have. But UCT really is the cherry on top with everything, ending on a Scythe DPE and then UCT as well, just to kind of like that cherry on top, and it's so consistent as well to kind of be able to get through with your deck. You have so many ways to just kind of tunnel towards this card while doing everything else on top. It is amazing. I completely love this card. I wouldn't want to go to 3. I think it's healthy at 2. 1's not enough. 2 too many. You could, I could understand if you were to put a third one in, but for me personally, I like seeing it at 2. One of the better normal summons of the deck being the Soul Eating Oviraptor. Oviraptor can be like a one card combo, just normal summon, do your correct searches. Usually you want to either search, you want to special this card or Scrap Raptor off like a baby Cerosaurus pop, but getting this on the field, say with the Lost World token on their field, or with a baby on field and another card in grave, and use the effect to like destroy, summon out another one, is kind of broken. It's a level 4, which kind of helps because you have got rank 4 plays and actually Synchro 8 plays as well that you'll see. But yeah, this is just kind of like one of the best one card extenders. But going on to the next one card extender is going to be the Scrap Raptors. So a lot of people are going to be surprised of what I'm playing for my scrap package. It's just 3 Scrap Raptors and 1 Scrap Chimera. The reason behind this is I didn't want to clog up my deck too much with the fridges and the recyclers, you know, Scrap Golem, Scrap Recycler, and kind of just go down that route. It's really here just because it's a DINO tuner, so I can special summon it off one way. I can then just use Lost World, special summon it, not Lost World, I can use Fossil Dig to search it, Animadorn Archosaur, being able to pop a baby in hand if you ever get to that play, or just being able to pop baby in general to special summon it is really broken. Bringing out just two monsters and then being able to just kind of get out 2 monsters is the main focus behind this. Is normal summon, remove, special normal summon again, bring back the card. It can help you go into a Access Code Talker play, because remember this is a tuner, so it means Halki Firebrax is about. And yeah, kind of just doing like all your plays as well. Obviously, before you kind of batter me in the comments, no, you can't Halki Firebrax summon this card and then use its effect, because Halki Firebrax negates the effects. But using both of these to go into a Halki Firebrax, bring out your Effect Veiler, and then go into Saline into Access Code Talker is a combo. It just helps you as well. It's one normal summon, guarantees you a DPE, and so if you need to play the long game, it's kind of there for you. But yeah, you could maybe cut down the Scrap Raptors to 2, but I wanted to play at full capacity just because I did want to kind of try and see it. But yeah, being able to special summon this card and then going into plays, it's just really broken, because That's the one thing this deck kind of needs, is to be able to have one extra card on top of the Scrap Raptor, but that can do it so easily with your baby Cerasauruses, with popping that Animadorn Archosaur. If you pop the right card, you can just, you know, special summon, or if not, you know, there's so many other things you can do. There's so many different combos, but yeah, this was so consistent and kind of helping me get to all my combos, and then ending on the DPE Scythe. It's a tough one to kind of explain on black and white paper, if you know what I mean. It's one of them, you need to be able to understand that every hand you see, you're going to have a consistent extender on top, and it can be really difficult for your opponent to try and get around them plays. But yeah, the scrap package is very small. We obviously have got the extra deck monster, but I'll get to that in a minute. The rest of my level 4s are the 1 Misk and the 1 Giant Rex. Giant Rex is just brilliantly funny, just being able to banish it and then special summon itself. It's just so handy, and it's a level 4, so just any, like, Giant Rex, you know, special summon it, Scrap Raptor on the field, Synchro 8 or rank 4. Misk is Misk, you always want to have Misk. Misk kind of helps you get into the rest of your combos. Just by being able to searching off the Soling Oviraptor, send it to grave, to then being able to facilitate combos, banish it, special summon. Depending on what you special summon, might be incredibly broken. But yeah, Misk is like the best extender and just kind of the best protection in the deck. It's understandable why it's at 1, and it's very sad. Going into the baby dinosaurs, so we literally got 3 baby Cerasauruses. You do so much popping and destroying in your deck that you want to play as many as you can of the babies, because it helps special summon level 1 to 4, which most of your deck are level 1 to 4. So you always want to have that kind of extra extender. If you destroy it with DPE, if you destroy it with Scrap Wyvern to fulfill the cost of special summoning a Scrap from the grave, hilarious. Destroying it with from hand using UCT. There's so many destruction effects in this deck that having this in there is just really, really handy. Yeah, and it helps you get into your combos really, really well. The rest of the small dinos, we've got the 1 Petite Pteranodon. I know I've just preached about there's so much destruction. However, you are very limited because it's either level 4 targets, or the main one I use it for is just for the Dino Wrestler Prankratops, just because it's hilarious. You know, there's not many other times you want to use this. A lot of the time you might want to use it for the next card for Baby Cerassaurus, bringing out the Animadorn Archosaur, and then guaranteeing yourself a way to kind of bring out your UCT, because UCT, without everything else, is still a boss monster. It is an incredibly powerful monster. You really will struggle to get around. So yeah, you have to appreciate UCT is still a beast. So this card alone is really incredible just because it gets you to the UCT. Going into the kind of non-dino but everything else parts of the deck, I've got the DPEs and of course the 1 Scythe. So I've got Celestial and Plasma. I didn't want to go Dasher simply because I have got a lot of ways to be able to spam the board with monsters. Like in testing as well, I've noticed like there's so many ways to get out so many monsters. So that's kind of why I went for the Plasma, because I can see myself easily being able to special summon this on the board and then kind of really dominating the field because I've got the Plasma on board. Plasma is a broken card, and that's kind of why I lean towards it a bit. Obviously, Celestial needs to be there because it's the banish and then draw. There's been times I have open Plasma in hand. Luckily, I was able to kind of facilitate the rest of the combo and not have to be forced to use it in hand. But I know I'd rather have Plasma in hand in this deck compared to a Dasher. Don't get me wrong, Dasher's amazing, and like I said, I need more ways to special summon, so there is the consideration of putting the Dasher in instead, because it's like, cool, draw, oh look at that, I special summon this card because of its grave effect. But yeah, Plasma definitely, I do not regret my choice for Plasma at all. It was just so powerful. And the final last extender, just because it's a special summon, and it helps kind of climb into just other plays, mainly for Halki Firebrax, is the Destrudo. So Destrudo, it's another non-dino that I can have in the grave. You know, it's saying I can destroy from hand and then still be able to use the effect in grave. But yeah, being able to just kind of target some cards on the field, special summon it, and then go into plays, it's really good. Yeah, but I just like Destrudo. You know what I mean? I just kind of saw it there and I thought, you know what, I could maybe just kind of squeeze one in. But it's mainly for just literally any one normal summon, special summon the Destrudo, go into Halki Firebrax, and then I can go into my climbing of plays there. It's just another way to get an extra monster on field, but it can help me close some games out because I could then go into Access Code Talker from Saline. The hand traps, I've got 2 Ash Blossom, 2 Effect Veiler, and then 2 infinite impermanents. I didn't want to go too heavy on the hand traps, but of course, you know, you do need to have some interaction, so I went for just the more generic ones. I don't want to be overly cloggy. You know, you usually will see about 1 of them in your hand at all times, which can be very good, but you have other ways to kind of disrupt your opponent. The hand traps aren't the one you rely on too much. But yeah, of course you do need stuff, especially the effect veilers. You can't say no to them, because if you don't, you can't then go down your access code talker plays. Going into the spells, we've got the 3 Lost World. This card can turn your hand from brick to broken, because, well, I had this when I was in a game against my opponent. All I had was, unfortunately, a baby Ceresaurus in hand, and this. Being able to play this, summon out the baby Ceresaurus, attack into the token to then destroy stuff, and then kind of get the whole ball rolling, just was incredible for me, because I was able to then, you know, go to destroy the token, special summon Soul Eating Oviraptor, because I destroyed baby Ceresaurus instead. Soul Eating Oviraptor effect, destroy the baby that I have on field that I used to attack, to then summon out the other baby, baby effect, special summon. You get the whole ball rolling with just this token protection effect. It is so broken. Never cut it down, never cut it down. This is a card you always want to see, and it helps facilitate the full combos that you have. It is just incredibly broken, incredibly powerful, and it gives you extra protection as well. So being able to just do your first normal summon, boom, slap down the token on their field. Now they ain't effect veiling you because it targets. Now they can't imperm you because they have a card on the field. And the same with Gamma. There's so many ways that this card will protect you with the token that it's unreal. So there's so many mini interactions that you forget about that just are targets. That targets cards that then you just say no to straight away. So Lost World is an incredibly broken card for protection purposes as well, because of what it stops activating. Means you get to play through. All you have to worry about is Ash. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, Ash is powerful, but if you know that's all you have to really worry about or bait out, then that's amazing, because you have so many ways to bait out an Ash with your special summonings and searches, that you then appreciate it, that's the only card you have to really worry about. Or of course like a Ghost Bell, Ghost Ogre, but you know, but it's still incredibly powerful. So we got 3 Fossil Dig, because it's a non-once per turn searcher for pretty much the whole deck. Search any level 6 or lower Dino from the deck is broken, and I don't think I need to explain why this card is amazingly broken, especially when I said it's not once per turn. But yeah, search out all your cards, all your decks, get the right cards you need in hand for destruction purposes, for something like an Animadorn Archosaur or for a UCT. Broken. And then I've got 2 Double Evolution Pill. This is the top deck of champions, going up against the mirror match. No, I was going up against Ice Barriers, and yeah, Jason, you're incredibly powerful with Ice Barriers, and it really sucks going against you. He was able to dismantle my board really well. Jason's a really good player. When I say he plays Ice Barriers, do not think that means he's playing a bad deck. Yeah, he was able to dismantle my board really well. Brought out a Trish, banished the last card I had on field, banished the Celestial I had in graveyard. He sent the DPE so it didn't get the effect to then bring itself back, and he banished the last card in hand. Top deck Double Evolution Pill, bring out UCT. It's a big boy and it attacks everything you have, because the highest you got is 2700 on field. Yeah, brilliant card. Wins me a lot of games. I can't complain about Double Evolution Pill. I've got 1 Terraforming because I want to see the Lost World. I've got 1 Foolish Burial. There's a lot of cards I could do with having in the graveyard, being Giant Rex to banish to then get my effects going off, being the Destrudo if I need to get there, just being any kind of just Dino card that I want to have engraved because I need to use a Double Evolution Pill or UCT. Yeah, I do need the graveyard. And then finally, the reason why I'm happy there's so many Ash Baits in here, because I then also run the 2 Fusion Destiny, because I am running the DPE package. So yeah, Fusion Destiny, really broken card. Yeah, just as simple as brings out my DPE. Part of the kind of the whole deck is what it is being the Scrap Dino Scythe DPE deck. Being able to bring out DPE is broken, so you know. But yeah, really good card. Shame it's at 2. It needed to be at 2, but yeah, really broken card. Then we'll go into the extra deck. So starting things off, we're going to have the Access Code Talker, because he is the champ of this deck. So many ways I was able to kind of go into this deck, and I was able to bait out a lot of players today because of Access Code Talker, or make them have to overcommit to a lot of stuff before then I brought out the rest of my board. One Saline, I do run a lot of spell cards, as you can see, and all I need is 3. I run the Halki Firebrax play to go into the Effect Veiler to bring out Access Code Talker, so it's really easy to go into Access Code Talker. I also have 1 Nightmare Unicorn set on my grave. It just outs a lot of problematic cards. It's another Link 3, so I can easily use this and another card to go into Access Code Talker. I also run the 1 IP Masquerader, because I have got because I have got like Nightmare Unicorn. I do want to have kind of the IP, just because on my turn I can make the IP, on your turn I use the IP to make the Nightmare, to just have another interaction on the board. Really broken. I've got then all the Link 2s coming up, so I've got the 1 Halki Firebrax, Needle Fiber, whatever you want to call it, just because I do run a lot of tuners and it helps me facilitate into the access code. Scrap Wyvern, honestly this card doesn't come up as much as you think because you aren't running the rest of the scrap engine. It's more hilarious because it destroys a card on field for the cost of its effects. So if you have got a baby Ceresaurus, or you have got a Petite Pteranodon on board, which you can do, you know, or any other card that kind of, you know, helps facilitate the plays, you pop it, and then it's just really funny for that. I have used Scrap Wyvern effect to destroy a baby Ceresaurus, and then got baby plays. So it is really kind of funny, but you don't use this that often, but it is there because it's another pop, or another way to kind of summon. I've got 1 Dagda. Best play I've done with Dagda is summon Dagda, go into UCT using Double Evolution Pill by banishing the Giant Rex. Giant Rex effect activates, Dagda then sets the Scythe. I've got 1 Verte Anaconda because it's a way to get into the DPE. 1 Almirage and a Link Karibo because of the baby dinosaurs. I need to kind of get them off field sometimes, just so I can have like a Dino and a non-Dino in a vacuum, so there's a reason for these cards at least. I've got 1 Lagia and 1 Dolka. Just having either a Solemn Judgment on legs or just a double Monster Negate is really handy. The last spot on this for the XCs, I've put a Dweller because of the current format. So current format is very graveyard reliant, but I could have chosen to put a Digusto Emerald just to kind of recycle some of my packages back in. But yeah, I don't regret putting Dweller in because it is still a really broken card. I've got 1 Borreload Savage because 1, I play a lot of Link monsters, 2, I play a lot of level 4s, 3, I have a lot of level 4 tuners. So I might as well play this card because it is kind of broken. And that's just funny for me. And then, of course, the DPE to kind of facilitate the rest of the combo. But yeah, guys, that's the kind of whole deck profile. I'm not going to go into my side deck because it's just very generic. But yeah, obviously, you guys can kind of plan your own side deck around the meta or your locals, depending on which kind of you value kind of more on a day-to-day basis. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. Peace.